Naya. Welcome back to Naya Smile. So guess what book I am finally starting today after 10 million years. Today I will be reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This probably has to be the most requested book that I get from all of you guys. I've been seeing this book all over BookTube. All of my friends have been recommending it to me. I had put up a poll on Instagram. To my surprise, more of you guys, I think it was like 75% of you guys recommended this one and requested this one. I thought Strange the Dreamer was gonna win, but I was wrong. So anyways, yes, I will be reading this book today. It's kind of late in the day, but I don't know. We'll see if this will be a book that I'll be up till like 3 a.m. reading. All I know about this book is that we are following a journalist who is interviewing this like 1950s Hollywood starlet who has this crazy history, and she's never revealed anything about herself before until she meets this journalist and basically tells her whole life story. So it has been a long time since I've read a book that is in this sort of style. Normally I don't go for these types of books. I am gonna put that out there. You guys know I'm a fantasy girl. You guys know I love like dragons and zombies and stuff like that, but I have heard great things, so I'm hoping this will be one of those few contemporary books that just make it into my list. Without further ado, let us get into this book. I'm so excited. I might annotate this one as well, depending on whether or not I like it, so I will update when I get maybe like 50 pages in. Okay, so I'm currently 30 pages into the book, and so far it is really intriguing. The book starts off with this little kind of like news article clipping that tells us a little bit about who Evelyn Hugo is. But I really love the format they're telling the story in so far, which is kind of a mix between like actual novel text and then little clippings from newspapers and web articles. You get to learn about who Evelyn Hugo is kind of through everyone else's opinion, and that's how the author sets up the whole story, which I think is really cool because I'm currently 30 pages into it and our journalist is finally meeting Evelyn, and now it's like, okay, who is Evelyn? I know what everybody else thinks of her now, but it's finally time to see, you know, who she actually is. Is she all these things that the media is describing her as? Monique is really cool, and she's this like new journalist, and now she just arrived and she's finding out that Evelyn actually wants her to tell like her life story and write a book for her, which is crazy. So anyways, that is all I know so far. They haven't gotten into the details of her life yet. Scandal, as you can imagine, which is the title of this book, is that Evelyn has been married, or said to have been married, 7 times. Yeah, she kind of seems like this Audrey Hepburn / Marilyn Monroe mix. She's like this really tan. Oh, she's also Cuban, I believe. Half Cuban or full Cuban. Also, our main character, the journalist Monique, she's biracial, which is awesome because I'm multiracial. I tabbed this one line that I thought was just like, I don't know, I just really liked it. The scene when Evelyn meets Monique for the first time and she says, she reaches out and takes my hand, shaking it. It strikes me as a unique form of power to say your own name when you know that everyone in the room, everyone in the world already knows it. I don't know why I love that line so much, but yeah, I just highlighted and sticky tabbed it. No, you can talk. It's a video.
Hi guys, today we're doing Naya Misery.
Naya what?
Naya Misery.
No, it's Naya Reads and Smiles.
Oh.
Naya?
Naya
Reads and Smiles.
Smile, smile.
Close enough!
And then we're reading
What's this book called?
Now Don't Dress. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
My soul, you guys, what the heck? 169 pages. into this book. This book is proof that there is a God. Okay, I'm not even done with the book yet, but I'm just gonna say this. It is 110% worth the hype. Okay, I was going to update when I got to 50 pages. It is currently 9 p.m. I started reading this at 4 p.m. It is 9 p.m. now, 9 p.m. and I literally could not move. I don't even know where to start. Like, as you can see, I definitely sticky tabbed it way more than I thought I was going to. I am so invested in Evelyn Hugo's life. Like, I don't know how the author did it. I swear I was on page like 30, and then I looked up to check my phone. It was 9 p.m. and now I'm on page 160. I had to remind myself that Evelyn Hugo isn't a real person. Like, that is how real the author is just doing things. So I'm at the point right now where we're kind of, I would say maybe like halfway into Evelyn's life, and it is just, I don't know Taylor Jenkins Reid, who's the author, like, I don't know what her background is, but you can definitely tell she did her research or is just really good at making stuff up. After the sort of introduction where we meet the journalist, it's just mainly Evelyn telling her story. So it flows so smoothly. It genuinely feels like someone is sitting next to you and telling you their life story, and it just, you get sucked in so quick because it feels real. Evelyn Hugo, she, you know, was this crazy Hollywood starlet, but she made herself. Like, what she did, where she got in life was, it was tactical. Like, everything she did. Like I said, her parents were immigrants from Cuba, and she grew up very, very poor. I don't want to give away too much about her family life, but she did not have a safe home situation. She decided she was going to use, you know, how she looked and herself, which was all she had, to get out of the situation she was in. And she had this dream of like going to Hollywood and pursuing that, and she had nothing, and she literally had to just, you know, sell herself. It's really, really sad at some points, and so truthful and honest though, and it makes me feel like I said, I'm sure this happened in the 50s. You know, there was such a high standard for women in the 50s and such a box that they were put in. Evelyn did crazy things, but, you know, she explains it and she describes her life without any regret, and she explains why she had to do everything, and it's just so beautiful. And I just, I'm gonna read you some of the quotes, okay? Some things that she said that just really like hit me. She likes to be cavalier about things that would change other people's lives. Isn't that the very definition of power? I was supposed to be both naive and erotic. It was as if I was too wholesome to understand the unwholesome thoughts you were having about me. It was bullshit, of course, but it was an easy act to put on. Sometimes I think the difference between an actress and a star is that the star feels comfortable being the very thing the world wants them to be. And I felt comfortable appearing both innocent and suggestive. You understand what I'm telling you? When you're given an opportunity to change your life, be ready to do whatever it takes to make it happen. The world doesn't give things, you take it. If you learn one thing from me, it should probably be that. Oh, that just amazing. Okay, I'm going to finish reading it. Like I said, it's like 9:28 now. I've been talking about this book for almost 30 minutes. I think this is gonna be one of those nights where I just stay up to finish the book. I think there's only like 356 pages, so I'm either gonna update at like 3 in the morning or in the morning, so we'll see. Good morning, everyone! It is currently very early in the morning, and I only have 50 pages left of the heartbreak book of the husband. I was trying to push through to finish it, to get to the end, but my eyes were just at that point where they felt like they were gonna fall out of my head. In order to fully appreciate and just remember what happens, I'm gonna need like all my senses, including my eyes. Last night I realized why this book is so good and why I think a lot of people enjoy it. It's because it's such a complex story. Like, this woman's life is just like insane. The way the author writes it is in this really just easy chronological flow, and there's not one point in the story where it gets boring, which is really rare for me personally as a reader. Like I said before, contemporary isn't my favorite genre, and one of the main reasons why is because I just get bored really easy with contemporary. I think this is probably the first contemporary book I've ever read outside of maybe like Nicola Yoon's books, where there was not one dull moment. There was not one point where I felt like the story was just like boring or felt like it just wasn't moving. Every chapter is just like a new look into Evelyn's life, and it just keeps unfolding and getting bigger and bigger. Before we finish it, I wanted to do a little unboxing. Scribbler sent me another one of their writer boxes, and I believe this is the April box. For anyone who doesn't know, Scribbler box is a book box, but specifically for writers. So there is a book in here, but there's also other things to help all the aspiring writers out there. I'll include a link in the description box if you want to check them out. They're so kind to send me these every month to unbox. As always, the very first thing in here is a little postcard. Okay, so the first thing in here is a food item, which I'm very excited, and it says it's Cafe Premium Coffee Candy. I've never seen coffee candy before, and this looks so cool. They kind of look like cough drops, but caffeinated. I'm really excited. We'll have to try these later, perhaps now actually, before we get to the ending of the book. The second thing in here is the writer magic card. If you guys remember this from my previous unboxing, in here is usually like a little invitation to some sort of live stream for writers. The next thing in here is this little laptop sticker, which you guys know I have a laptop sticker addiction, and this one says story in progress, I believe. The next thing in here says the voice and point of view map, a writing map to ways of telling a story. It's kind of like a writing map slash writing guide with different writing prompts in it for anyone who's working on a story. Questions that you should ask yourself when writing those stories, sort of like fill in the blank things. Oh yay! They did another one of these. You guys, these things are so helpful. Okay, they're little writing passports. I have writing fantasy, and I think like writing suspense or horror was the previous two, is writing passport voice. So I'm guessing this is about like finding your voice as an author. Oh my gosh, you guys will not believe what book is in here. I swear I did not plan this. I have another copy of Opposite of Always. Oh my gosh. I've been trying to get my sister to read this book, so maybe I'll give her this copy. But I think I'm gonna keep this little signed book plate. Very last thing in here is these little pencils. There's two white ones, a red one, and two blue or black ones. They each have like a little writing quote on them, which is really cool. That is all. All right, now it is time to finish The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm definitely going to be reading many of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books after this. The next one I'll probably read will probably be Daisy Jones and the Six, I believe it's called. Let's finish it. I finished it. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting it to be just as incredible as it was. I knew it was good, but I thought it was gonna be good because it would just be like just this really interesting kind of romance novel. But it was so much more than that. Like, the friendship in this book, I think, was one of the best lifelong friendships I have ever read about. It is one of the big reasons why I cried when I finished the book. But this book talked about race and sexuality and fame in a way that I don't think I've ever read about before, and it was just such a beautiful story, and I'm just kind of in shock right now. It's also like a huge time jump. It's like 10 o'clock at night now. I had to do some errands. Oh, my heart. This is absolutely a 10 out of 10 book. I want everyone to read it. I'm about to like post on Instagram, so hopefully I can like message some people and fangirl. Well, I don't really want to say fangirl, but just talk about it because so much happened. I'm just the ending, my heart. Until next time, keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later.